Hey beautiful beings, Rosie Glow here, channel of Divine Grace, and the person you come to if you want to adopt a multi-dimensional perspective on a physical reality. And our physical reality is very much in the third dimension right now. This is a heart call to everybody. We have a new moon coming on the 4th, and not only is it a new moon, it is also a solar eclipse, and it is the last new moon in Sagittarius. So this is the end of a Gemini Sagittarian eclipse corridor, and my goodness, is it final exams time. So here is what we are seeding for all of humanity. I want you to imagine that you are like Archangel Michael or Palais Athena, and you've got a sword that is made of flames, and this is to cut through all illusion and all delusion. And you have a beautiful shield of light to protect you from everything and anything that is not aligned with your highest good, with the collective highest good, and the win-win-win and everything. Because when we are divine human leaders, we are always operating from the heart, and we intending the highest good, not the greater good. You may have noticed things are getting a little bit crazy again. Those restrictions are coming in. We're coming into winter. Another bit of this play is taking part, and it may seem as though things are getting much worse than getting better. And you know what? This has to happen. It actually has to happen for us to see just how much we are living in a corrupt reality, so that we can make the choice to co-create a paradigm based on love. And I've really been seeing that 2020 was like the activation of a full awareness of the paradigm of fear and basically the 3D matrix. And I see 2022 as sort of 2020 2.0, but this time we're seeding the divine matrix, and we are learning to see through eyes of love. So here is what we're seeding. I am a divine human pioneer of courageous and beneficial change. Would you like to be one of those? You want to join me on Friday, 12:30 p.m. GMT, that's 7:30 a.m. EST and 4:30 a.m. PST. And you know, it's really worth getting up for. It's worth giving your lunch break up to add this energy to the crystalline grid, because we all need to raise our vibration as quickly as possible. Not only is it going to help you to expand your energy field, it's going to improve your immune system, reduce your stress levels, and help you to feel more optimistic, even though it might not be obvious yet that there is a lot of positive change happening behind the scenes. The puppets have to be shown to be puppets. We have to choose to take our power back. We have to choose to learn to be led by our hearts rather than to give our power away to external authority. And that's how we evolve human consciousness right now. So the invitation is to join me for a very powerful co-creation meditation. If you haven't yet done one of these with me, you put your higher self in control. We activate your I am presence. We have a little cacao toast. So if you've got some ceremonial grade cacao, then you can make a cup ahead of time. Put it in a flask, because I do talk a little bit at the start. And then once we've toasted the cacao diva, brought our energy into our hearts, activated compassion, we co-create the frequency that we want to see in the world. And then we use the sphere of compassion to love up resistance to it. We are co-creators. In the 5th dimension, we are co-creators. Now, you can see 2020 as the 3D world. 2021 has been where all of these other narratives have come about. We've really been in a place of being in the mind. What's really going on? What can we trust? Who's telling the truth? You know, so much information getting lost in it. But 2022 is going to be all about us stepping into 5D frequency, letting love reign supreme and stabilizing in that frequency. So what have I not said? We're going to put our soul in control. That is the key thing. And we're learning to turn problems into blessings, like to see things in such a way that whatever comes our way, we can anchor the belief that life is always working in our favor, and that things always work out better than we expect. They might not work out as we expect, but if you adopt the idea that life is always working on your behalf, that everything is happening for you, not to you, you will start to see evidence of it. I don't know if you've noticed yet, but life's pretty subjective. There's 7.7 billion people on this planet, and we're all having very different experiences depending on where we are, depending on how much money we have, depending on who we were born to, what kind of consciousness they had. And we see more and more evidence of whatever it is that we were born into, that we were told is true about the world, until we go through a process of awakening. And that process of awakening is when we deprogram from our ego programming, which is our conditioned self. It's not who you are, it's who you think you are. And we plug into our soul consciousness. And this is what it means to be a divine human leader. It means to be led by your heart. And if each of us do that, oh my goodness, what an amazing world this is going to be. Remember that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the willingness to do what is right, even if it's scary to do that. And at the moment, we're all facing many choices. Many feel like they don't have a choice to make because their livelihood is at stake. They have to toe the line. In certain countries, that is seeming like it's the only option. But when you start to look for solutions, you will find them. So my invitation is to move from I can't to how can I? And when you adopt that kind of mindset, miracles happen all around you. And I want everybody to adopt a miracle mindset, which is a shift in perspective that allows the impossible to become possible. And if you don't yet know what grace is the power of revelation. It's through the power of an aha moment that suddenly you see what you couldn't see before, and you are freed from the shackles of fear and struggle that have been running your life. And this is the channel that I'm inviting you to come and connect with. So if you haven't yet joined me on Rosie Glow YouTube, head over to Rosie Glow, subscribe, hit the notifications button. I will see you there live, 12:30 p.m. on Friday the 3rd. We're ahead of the new moon on the 4th. I like to get in a little bit early and get that fire started. And of course, remember that if you're not in a position to make it live, you can catch the replay. Know anyone who would benefit from this? Feeling a little bit powerless, feeling like you want to do something for the collective, but you don't know what? Join us. Share this video. See how many other people you can get to come and join us live. It's so important. The power of us together is so exciting. You know, we do need to unify, and unification is happening on lots of levels at the moment. In many ways, it's happening in ways we don't want it to, like being forced or coerced to comply with something that perhaps we do not agree with, or finding that voices cannot be as open as they used to be in public spaces or even on social media, etc. But we can turn that around. When we see what the problem is, we can then decide what we want instead of that. And I'm seeing the world focused on problems, not on solutions. I'm a solution-focused person. I want to inspire change in the hearts and minds of all of humanity. So if you're feeling this resonance, join me, be part of that solution. I am so grateful to have your attention right now, and I invite you just to expand in your mind field, in your perception, what might be possible. You know, when we all connect to the field of infinite possibilities, so many magical things can happen. So join me Friday. Can't wait to see you there. So much love to you. Hang in there. Remember that the darkest hour is just before dawn, and we are coming to the shortest day. It's very soon. It's only 3 weeks away, and oh my, we're going to pick up again after that. So hang in there. Fasten your seatbelts. We've got some amazing things happening. Just allow yourself to embrace the change rather than fear it, rather than resist it, and you're going to have an amazing time. Take care, beautifuls.